Hello, everyone. I'm Anna Monklendor, and welcome back to what will be the final episode of Getting Hyped for Sonic Frontiers. And in this video, I just want to talk briefly about um, exactly what this game means to me. And I briefly mentioned this in an earlier video, but I want to go more in depth. Um, so, growing up, I did not have a Sega Dreamcast. I had a Sega Genesis, but I did not get a Sega Saturn or a Sega Dreamcast. My cousin, however, did have a Sega Dreamcast, and he had Sonic Adventure 1. He got it the year it released, and I got to play it a few months later after it was released. I got to play it for the first time, and I only played it for about an hour. And when I booted up the game and I booted up Sonic Story for the first time, I was 6 years old. Um, I believe it was 99, right? Nineteen ninety eight. It was 1990. It was 1998. When it was released, but it was a few months later, so it was 1999 when I personally played it. Um, I was on spring break, and I was 6 years old. I was 6 years old. I had just turned six, just like a month prior, um, and I booted up Sonic Story for the first time. I booted it up, and I saw Tails' plane crash. I saw Tails' plane crash, um, and went to the beach. And the first thing I saw blew my mind. The very first thing you see in that first area is just this big circular sand area that Sonic can just run around in. There's an entire pathway that you're supposed to go down in order to get to the end, in order to find Tails. But there's this just one big sandy area. It wasn't even that big. It was just this one open sandy area. That Sonic could just run around and hop around in. And there was nothing to do here. It was just an open area for Sonic to run around in. But that one area just blew my mind as a kid. As a 6-year-old, it blew my mind. And I spent 10 minutes in that one area. My cousin kept telling me to keep going to actually make progress, but I wanted to bask in what I was doing at the time. I was running around an open area as Sonic. That's all that mattered to me. I didn't care about the rest of the game. I didn't care about the level that the game wanted me to play. I just wanted to run in an open area as Sonic. That's all I wanted. And I eventually did, after 10 minutes, I eventually did actually go around and start playing the game proper. But those first 10 minutes is I remember those 10 minutes more vividly than anything else the game had to offer me. That first 10 minutes is what really hooked me. And ever since then, when I got home that day, after visiting my cousin, I thought to myself, how I wanted a Sonic game where I could just run around in a big open area. That is the Sonic game that I wanted. I wanted to be able to run around in an open area and be able to do things in that open area. Whether it be fight bad guys or collect items or whatever. I just wanted a big area, a big open sandbox area that I could just be Sonic in. And that I carried that dream with me. That dream Sonic game. I carried that with me for years. And we got a little snippet of that kind of thing in Sonic 06 with the kingdom and how you could just run around the whole area. And it was just kind of like this big sandbox area, but you couldn't exactly, but you were still kind of confined to different pathways because there was a bunch of tall buildings that you couldn't scale. So although it was this big sandbox area that you could run around in, you were still kind of locked within certain pathways. But I did still enjoy being able to run around in that area. I still enjoyed running around in that area. It doesn't change the fact that the game itself is garbage, but I did enjoy running around in that area when I first played the game. And then Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric came around, and you have this big hub world. And you can basically just kind of like go wherever you want in this hub world, provided that the game doesn't like crash on you. So it again, an incredibly broken game, terrible game, but just the fact that you had this big open area that you could run around in was enough for me. That's what made me made me happy to see that. And then we also got Sonic Lost World, and we had the Zelda level. And in the Zelda level, you obviously had this actual like pathway that you could take in order to beat the level. But the first thing you see when you get into the Zelda DLC level is this huge area, this huge Hyrule Field looking area, and you can just run around as Sonic in it, and it is just the most fun thing ever. And it was so much fun. There wasn't much to do. There were a few enemies to defeat and a few coins to collect, but there wasn't much else to do aside from that. But it was so fun just running around in that area as Sonic. Every single time we got one of these things, my hope for a open world Sonic game was renewed. Every single time, my hope was renewed. And so when I saw the very first trailer for Sonic Frontiers, the very first teaser trailer, the new Sonic team game official teaser trailer, Sonic Central 21, which was May 27th, 2021. When I saw that, well over a year and a half ago, I had a gut feeling. This is it. This has to be it. I just had this gut feeling that this is it. This is the game I was waiting for. This is going to be an open world Sonic game. I just had that gut feeling this was going to be my moment. The moment when my dream Sonic game comes to fruition. And then we get the Sonic Frontiers the Sonic Frontiers announcement trailer on December 9th, 2021. And once we got that, I was over the moon. I was over the moon. In that moment, I did not care if the game in that moment I did not care if I would end up being the only person that would play the game and that would like the game. It was my dream Sonic game. It was the Sonic game that I have dreamt about for over 23 years. And I am so excited to play the game. I was so excited to play the game. But as time went on and we got more and more info on the game, basically from from the IGN first Sonic Frontiers teaser released on May 31st, all the way to how Sonic Frontiers is an evolution of modern 3D Sonic, IGN first, released on June 16th of this year. Those videos, those 9 videos, those 9 trailers, throughout that whole time we were getting those 9 videos, I saw so many people bad-mouthing the game and talking garbage about it and saying how it's going to be a garbage game and that they have no faith in it, that it's going to be terrible. And although I had no doubt that I was going to play it and love it, I was doubting whether or not I was suddenly getting very worried that I would not have anyone to talk to about the game. Because if I were to dare to speak my opinion of how I like the game, I would just be bombarded. I would get bombarded, and I would say that I have a garbage opinion because I like something that no one else likes. And I was getting very nervous and very worried that after finally getting the Sonic game I've dreamt about, it would be a game that only I would like and nobody else would. And I would never be able to talk about something that I've waited 23 years for with anyone. I'd never be able to talk about it with anybody. And that was my worry for several months. That was my worry. From to June 16th. Okay, not even many months. Like 2 weeks. But during that time, everyone was bashing about it. During those just over 2 weeks, everyone was bashing about it. Everyone was bashing on it, and it was very depressing to have to listen to. But then something miraculous happened. On June 28th of this year, Nintendo released Sonic Frontiers Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. Nintendo released a trailer for the game that suddenly had people really excited. They revealed so much in the trailer that had people really excited. And after that, every single trailer that released after that got at least some level of hype. Sonic Frontiers story trailer on the Nintendo Switch, Sonic Frontiers TGS trailer, PS5 and PS4 games, Sonic Frontiers official overview trailer, Sonic Frontiers combat and upgrades, Sonic Frontiers the final preview, Sonic Frontiers interview info on Ares Island, Knuckles, and the Sage revealed, Sonic Frontiers 6 minutes of Chaos Island gameplay, Sonic Frontier, the Sonic Frontiers 2 OSTs, Vandalize and I'm Here, Skyreal meets Cyberspace, Showdown trailer, high speed ranked cyberspace gameplay, and Sonic Frontiers Prologue Divergence. Every single one of them got more and more hype than the last. And as we have gotten closer and closer to the game's release, more and more people are saying how they are excited to play the game and how the game looks so much fun, how fun the game looks, and how great the game looks. And suddenly I feel so relieved, and something I felt so relieved because there were finally other people that shared my excitement for the game, that were just as excited about the game as I was. Well, okay, maybe not as excited about the game as I was, considering I've waited 23 years for this. But it was just really something special to see so many people suddenly change their opinions, change their tunes, after Nintendo released their own trailer for it. So I am immensely excited for the game. I am immensely excited for the game, and I am just so happy to have taken this journey with every single one of you, going through each trailer that we have gotten. All 26 trailers. Currently, there are 26 trailers. There's most likely going to be a launch trailer tomorrow. 27 trailers. A total of 27 trailers for the game. Trailers, previews, teasers, all that stuff. It's all like there's 27 of them, and that's crazy. That's insane. That's amazing. It was really great just taking this journey, seeing how fans were super hyped at the start, and then the hype died down and everybody lost faith in the game and thought it was going to be garbage, and then it came back around. It got everybody hyped, and now the hype levels for this game have never been higher than they are now. And I am here for it. I am all about it. I am so immensely happy. This is my dream Sonic game, regardless of how anybody else views the final product. This is my dream Sonic game. This is the Sonic game I have waited nearly my entire life for. And I am very much looking forward to playing the game for you guys here in the very near future. I'm going to be playing the first 2 hours of the game. I'm going to be playing the first 2 hours of the game on stream tomorrow, and then I will be playing the rest of the game on my own time. I'll be doing it on my own time. I will not be streaming the rest of the game, at least not my first run through. But I want to familiarize myself with the game, as well as the fact that I have something else planned for December that I'm going to be doing, and I don't want to. I don't want to put too much on my plate in December. So I'm going to be focusing on that in December. And then after that's done, in January, I will do a playthrough of Sonic Frontiers. I will do a full-on playthrough of Sonic Frontiers in January or possibly February. It really depends. But regardless, there will be a full playthrough of Sonic Frontiers. But tomorrow I will be putting up a video for the launch trailer, and I will be putting up a 2-hour long stream giving my first impressions for the game. So you can expect both of those videos tomorrow. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. And I will see you all tomorrow for the live stream. Take care, everybody.